3, 2, 1. Nick Murphy.
Yes.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Dude, you are funny as shit.
Thanks, buddy.
That was a damn good show last night.
We had a great show, great start to the weekend last night. Yeah,
How, this is your first, you told me last night this is your first time in New Mexico,
Never
right?
been. First timer.
I know you're way up in the, so everyone listening on Spotify not using video, we're here at Quesada's Comedy Club. We're in the green room. If you've been to Quesada's, we're way up in fucking Bernalillo, removed from Albuquerque, removed from Santa Fe. So that being said, even though you're in kind of an island right now, what are you thinking of New Mexico audiences so far?
I mean, well, it's also, it's kind of a mix because it's also a casino audience, which tends to be pretty touristy, and it's kind of what I was expecting. It was a very mixed bag of people. There's some frat dudes. There were some older people. There was that one super old guy I kept making fun of for like half the show, who shook my hand, by the way, after he just turned 70. Shout out to Mark.
The guy who has like the, I can tell if she was Native American or like the Asian wife, right? Is that him? They're kind of in the front to your right.
They were to my left if I'm looking out into the audience.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
The guy with the crazy laugh had the Hispanic wife. I don't know if she, well, maybe she was Native American. It's so hard to tell out here, man.
Yeah, it is.
New Mexico, you know?
Dude, every single punchline and tag was met with a...
Yeah, he had a very
like,
distinct
sick.
laugh. Yeah. It almost sounded sarcastic. It's one of those. But then you look at him and he's having a great time.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, okay. He's not trying to fuck up the show.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. So, how long have you been doing stand-up for?
Like 11 years, I think.
Fuck yeah.
I think we're in year 12, so it's like 11 and a half now.
And you started out in Atlanta?
Yes.
Sick. What made you want to start stand-up in the first place?
Well, it's the same reason anybody else. For all that pussy. No. It's, it's coming up, being funny, saying funny shit. And then, you know, you discover it. I think my trajectory was probably like, I mean, if I could think all the way back, would be like just some Jeff Foxworthy stuff when I was in elementary school, the redneck stuff. And then some Carlin, baseball, football stuff, that bit.
Nice.
And then, and listen, people, you want to hate on me from home? You loved this guy too when you were in 8th grade, Dane Cook.
Yeah.
That guy was a superstar. He was on top of the planet. Everybody loved him for at least 5 minutes before it went the other way. And from what I've heard, nice guy. You know, there's no shade to Dane. If anything, I'm complimenting by saying he was on top of the world. Well, and I very much enjoyed a lot of his early stuff when I would say like maybe middle school, early high school.
When he was the first one to really like use social media to push stand-up.
MySpace. Yeah, I think he was an early MySpace
he was
guy.
Like the first adopter of like I can use this to like push my brand and sell tickets and sell CDs. And I remember fucking pirating Vicious Circle on my little iPod Nano.
Yeah, tell the camera. They'll see. They'll see.
I did that shit.
Stole his stuff.
I think there's a was a statute of limitations on that one.
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
His MySpace was Matt Rife's TikTok, basically.
Yeah,
is what I would guess. Yeah. Then it went to Daniel Tosh, and then it started to form the more sort of edgy personality I have now. And then some Anthony Jeselnik.
Fuck yeah. Not enough people. He's still active, obviously, but not enough people like I think bring up Jeselnik in the conversation of like a fucking pillar of like stand-up comedy of the last 20
Well, it's because he's a little more
years.
niche, you know? Like, you really got to know what he's doing. I mean, he's very funny if you get that he's joking, but, like, there's early videos of him that he posted of him bombing and people just staring at him. Even though it's a brilliant rape joke, it's still about rape. And they just don't want to hear it. And you know that. There's audiences, they hear rape and they don't even want to listen to the rest of the sentence, you know?
I'm pretty sure the opening of Caligula is a rape joke.
Yeah. It was left her a note. I did the responsible thing. You got raped. Yeah. Cat Williams also was a huge one. Very big Cat Williams guy. And of course Chappelle, Hannibal Buress. Like, I'm just throwing black people in there so people don't think it was only white guys.
Happy Juneteenth. We're filming this on the 20th, so happy belated Juneteenth.
Yeah. You know, let's do some ladies. Phyllis Diller, you know, Maria Bamford, huh? Ladies.
That's funny. So so you're a comedy fan growing up.
Yeah.
Did you seek out open mics, Like, were you like, okay, this is the path to stand up, is I have to do an open mic somewhere?
No. So I took a class. I was like Jesselnick. I didn't know how to start, which sounds
Right.
stupid now, but I didn't know where to go. But
didn't
then I
even know
saw this ad for
Yeah.
a comedy class, and I'd listened to a bunch of interviews of Anthony Jeselnik, and he said he took one in New Orleans when he was coming up. So I was like, well, I could at least do that. I got to try it. I got to at least try it and see if I got something here. Otherwise, you have that regret for the rest of your life, basically.
How long was the class? Like, it was like a couple
Like
of
6 weeks, probably.
No shit. Okay.
Something like that. And I was living in Athens. I went to UGA, so I had to drive to Atlanta to do the class, which is where I'm from. So like I was able to do the commute and find places to stay and stuff. But finished that, and of course that's supposed to go good. Well, I didn't have a ton of people there for me, but the class itself is supposed to be a very T-ball,
Right.
training wheels.
For sure.
We want you to do well.
Right.
So you do. And then from there, I found contacts of like, okay, where are the open mics? And that's where you find out you have to get punched in the nuts for like 3 years and lose some teeth and all that kind of stuff. And I give full credit to Atlanta for my origin story of just figuring out how to do this shit. There was a lot of tough rooms, but it makes you better if you want to get better. Some people, that's their bucket list is to take the comedy class, have their coworkers show up, kill it. That way they come back to work on Monday. I fucking told you guys. See, I'm hilarious. But you're still a lawyer though. You still are stuck in the office, you know.
Yeah.
Forever, presumably. Well, for some of us, we want to really do this shit. So yeah, you start to not see, like, I don't think anyone from the class I took kept doing it or anything. I think I was the only one.
Do you feel like that class even remotely helped, or was it, looking back on it, was a bit of a gimmick?
I think it was basic principle stuff, you know, of just how to do this, how to do that. I mean, basic stuff as much as how to hold the mic stand. I mean, you see guys that have never done stand-up before, they got the mic over here.
Right.
And they're talking. Because they're not even thinking about it. You got to keep it tucked, you know. Mic stand, leaving it right in front of your fucking face.
Yep.
Because people, they just kind of blank up there, and they're just trying to remember their words instead of thinking, all right, where am I standing? How am I standing? All these things. Having said all of that, you know, for someone that really wants to go for it, that really wants to do it, you can do that, but it's not going to be
conducive to anything productive.
You got to go die at these open mics, yeah.
It's like, how much of it can you actually teach, aside from what you just said? Like, this is how you should probably stand.
There's of course there's going to be some joke structure stuff and build your confidence a little bit, and then ideally, you have a good set at the end of the thing, so you know you're at least capable of a good performance for 5 minutes. But to learn the 1,000 other, you know, techniques, little things you got to do when the show sucks, when it's this, when it's that, crowd stuff, heckling, all that, you're not going to get that in a comedy class, you know. And I'm not saying I have it all worked out. I'm a baby in the grand scheme of things. I mean,
which is crazy because you saying that considering you're doing it for 11, almost 12 years.
Yeah. But you got to. I think 20 is real beginnings of mastery, maybe 15, and then you know the legends are 30-year guys, all the guys you've heard of, you know.
Right.
But that's the thing. If you want this to go quick, go be an actor, go be a SoundCloud rapper, you know. Go have a song pop off.
New Mexico's enough of those fucking people. We have enough SoundCloud rappers. It's a real problem.
Well, I would have given one of them 5 minutes on the show if I knew. Let them do a quick song, you know.
So you start doing open mics because Atlanta, that has Laughing Skull, or did have Laughing Skull, right?
It's still there, yeah.
It's still there.
It's great.
Okay.
Great club.
So was that like the first club you were able to get into? Were you on the road
first?
I
guess
and
so.
You came back?
No. Because I was about to graduate college, so I started in my last semester of college, and so then by the time I graduated,
you graduated college.
Yes,
that's rare amongst comedians.
Sure,
good for you. What'd you graduate with?
Journalism.
Sick. You know how to write.
I guess. I mean, you definitely got some tools. I knew I was never going to use it. I was. It's kind of a story, but I had transferred from another school. I played basketball at this tiny school in Birmingham, but I didn't. I wanted to just kind of go to college. I felt like I was doing high school twice a little bit, just because of the size of the school.
For sure.
It was smaller than my high school student body.
You said Birmingham, Alabama?
Birmingham, Alabama, that's right.
Shit,
and it was a fun school. I had a good time. I'm not slandering the school. I just wanted to go to a big state school, do the college thing. I had some friends there already, so switched over, and so then when I was in UGA, oh yeah, that's why I did journalism, was because it was just a faster way to graduate. Not all my credits transferred because it's a liberal arts school, and so they had some of these weird,
Right.
Tap dancing. No, I mean I didn't do tap dancing.
Underwater basket weaving.
Underwater, yeah, it had some weird credit stuff. So I went with journalism because it was faster, but they still put me in the women's freshman dorm, like with my advisor. That's where my advisor was.
The fuck?
So I had to go to the women's freshman dorm, just in the lobby. But even then, I was getting nasty looks. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing here?
Especially in
I'm
the
like,
South.
dude, I'm just trying to graduate, man. I'm looking down. Like, please don't. Brumby, I think it was called. But yeah, got my advisor. Did journalism. Had a good time, had a good college experience, and then graduated. Then, yes, I did go back to Atlanta, where I'm from. So.
Nice. What was growing up in the southern part of the United States like? 'Cause I've only spent a little bit of time in the South. I've got some family in Madison, Alabama, and then I went to fucking basic in Fort Benning.
Yeah.
So I haven't spent a whole lot of time. What was growing up like?
Well, I'm not one of those guys that like. I think we had a pretty standard upbringing as far as I don't really think of my part of the country as like one way of thinking or one.
No, yeah, I know that question was super
general. Because I know people go like, you grow up in Boston, you're gonna be tough, you're gonna fight, you're gonna be scrappy. It's like I don't know. We had some of those guys. We also had some pussies. It was I think it was a melting pot. Atlanta is a melting pot. It's got a lot of different people, a lot of different folks. You got that? You all right?
I'm making a spitter.
Okay. It's got every type of person you can think of. So, which I think is also lends to its comedy scene. It makes it really strong because you're gonna have to do every kind of room. You do the alt rooms with the skateboarders with the mascara, purple hair. Then you go do a black room. Then you go do, whatever people call the mainstream rooms. I guess would just be maybe more of a middle class white room. But we got black clubs too. We got I don't know. People say urban. I don't like saying urban. You just say black. Yeah. I don't know why people tap dance around that.
Well, because they don't want to say black.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's it. That's the difference. In the South, we say black. Everybody else says
so there's
urban.
A local comedian, and I'm not going to try to quote him because he said it a lot better than I did. And this is years ago on a podcast we did together. Buck D, Robert Gitson, very funny guy. He actually explained to me the difference between urban and black comedy.
Okay.
But generally speaking, you are correct. When people say urban,
I think that's what they mean when they say it. But yes, I haven't heard someone make. What did he say was the distinction?
I'm not even going to try to quote him. I just remember he explained.
I'm actually not allowed to quote him. He said the way he said it, I can't say it.
He explained it to me really well, and I just can't pull it out of my head right now. But he had a good explanation for it. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But anyway, the point is you're going to do every type of room, every type of person you're going to have to perform for. And if you want to get better, it's a great place to get better,
Well, and I've heard amazing things. Like I've heard good things about Atlanta's comedy scene. Mm-hmm. Like it's a great place to travel to. And I don't think I know anybody that started there.
Okay.
I was until meeting you. I don't think I know anybody who started there, but I do know people that have gone in there to do stand up. They've liked it a lot.
Yeah,
it's a very like you're saying. There's a lot of different crowds you can run into. Mm-hmm. So and quite frankly, like something like New Mexico here in Albuquerque, we don't really have that.
Sure,
it's just a New Mexico audience. Like we don't have a big black population as it is. We don't have a huge Asian population as it is, but it's mostly Hispanic, white, and then every so often you'll have Native Americans in the crowd that show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all just like New Mexico crowds, and they're fucking. I mean, you killed last night. Don't get me wrong, but like, and maybe a lot of people say this about their scenes, but like they are fucking. A lot of these rooms are fucking hard to make laugh. Like even in the clubs,
sure,
it's like, it's because like you're saying, like with Boston, people say, oh, you'll grow up tough. It's a blue collar. Like say we're definitely like a blue collar environment. But people like we have fucking because of horrible crime rates, horrible education.
Yeah, people were telling me this after the show.
Yeah, like
thanks for coming, man. It sucks here.
Yeah, yeah. So like people want to laugh, but they're also like fucking make me laugh, dude.
Yeah.
I just worked 16 hours,
and that's the difference that you learn coming from a comedy class environment to real open mics. You got to convince these people, bring them into your world. They're not rooting for you, but that's how you get better. I think going back to the baby thing, just you saying it's funny to talk like that, being 11 years in this social media age we're in, I think everybody wants to be famous tomorrow and they want to get that one viral clip and then go nuts. And it's like, that's great, but what are you going to do on the road, you know?
Because
if you blow up for a hot, even 5 minutes, well, you got to do at least 40 more.
Yeah.
We start doing these clubs.
Yep.
And it's like, you got to have some foundation before you get the cherry on top.
And then any potential, this is not speaking from experience, obviously, but if you do go super mega viral and you build the following, start touring, well, that first round of clubs, or if you're lucky enough to do theaters, whatever it is, that don't go so well.
Yeah.
Well, you've burnt any potential in-person audience you're probably ever going to have. You ruined it right there.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't care about that, I think. They just like, give me the money, give me the shows, give me the fame, you know. That's what I tell people. Do you want to be good or do you want to be famous? That's really, those are your two options in stand-up. And some people want the famous
in the
route.
immediate sense, for sure.
Yeah.
In the immediate sense, for sure.
So, yeah, for sure. Ideally, you'll get good and then the famous comes after that. But some people want the reverse, and I think that's totally backwards. And you know, we're going at a solid pace. I still have plenty of room to grow and figure out the social media stuff. And there's plenty of people that have way bigger followings than me, but I can't, you know, I would lose too much sleep if I gave a shit about that kind of thing. And just keep doing what I'm doing. It's gotten me this far. It's worked out, you know.
So. You're growing in Atlanta. Last night you mentioned to me that you just moved to Austin like late last year.
Yeah, September is when I moved. Yeah.
Were you in Atlanta that whole time up until September of last year? No shit. So are you, I mean, in that basically 10 and a half, 11 years, are you going on the road a bunch?
Yeah, I was still going on the road.
Yeah. Where did you hit the road for the first time?
So that was mostly Southeast stuff. I think my first like pretty far drive out of town gig would have been Savannah, I think. And it was a longer set when I was pretty early in. Probably did like 20 minutes. This place called the Wormhole, which I would go back to many, many times. I think they still do stand up there. It's just kind of a dive bar. They got pool tables. They got a cool setup. They got couches. They have like real furniture. It's one of those.
Oh, so we got one like that here.
Like actual chairs. They have some chairs and tables, but then they got like some guy's basement furniture, you know, in the back. And it would get rowdy. And if you're not ready to deal with a bunch of crazy people, it could get out of control, you know. So that was a great room to kind of cut your teeth in. And it's all Savannah, people just getting hammered. You know, they got no open container laws there, so people just walking in the street with beers and stuff. Yeah, pop into the show, try to fight you, go back out. You know, so yeah, that was probably my first one. And then most of what I would do was still obviously in the Southeast, drivable within striking distance. So some Alabama, but a lot of, I would say the state I went to the most was probably Tennessee. They got a great club there. Everybody knows Zanies in Nashville, but then also the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga is great. And then there were just a ton of like don't tell pop-up shows, brewery shows.
For sure.
Knoxville. I learned what the Tri-Cities are, which I think is Johnson City, Kings something. I forget them already. But anyway, a bunch of pop-up cities up in Tennessee. Both the Carolinas, gunning over there, come back. I think that was most of my rotation. Some Florida, obviously, it's right there too. But tons of places to get up. Atlanta and Nashville are probably the two sort of super hubs in the Southeast that people will try to travel through and connect their dots with their trip down there. Maybe some Birmingham too. But plenty of work and then just grinding, man. For like a long time. I'm doing a lot of miles on the car, and you know, once I felt like I had a product, started doing a little merch, a little bit of t-shirt stuff.
Nice.
That helped a lot. But again, you got to have the product first. There's some guys that are 10 minutes into stand-up and they got sweaters and hoodies and hats, and it's like, this is stupid. Why you just want to sell hats? You don't want to do a show, you know.
What I've learned, this is a thought that's occurred to me because I literally just crashed. I just passed the threshold into 3 years, like last week, I think, week and a half ago. And a thought that's come to mind over the last couple of months is really what you're doing. Like obviously, aside from performing and being funny, you're being a salesman. You're figuring out a way to sell yourself as a product.
For sure.
But you have to have a product like worth selling. Like that's what's dawned on me over the last few months. Like, oh, okay, well then now that I see myself as that, how do I build the products better outside of just what I'm already doing and just hitting fucking open mics, doing local shows on the road as much as I can. But you're completely right. If you're just, and that's with anything, if you start a thing but then you run straight to the money outside of that, it's like, well, what are you actually doing here? What are you trying to accomplish? I think you missed the point.
Yeah. And those, you can tell who those people are. Again, when they're selling hats, when they've got 5 minutes, I had a guy once he got off stage. I was headlining, and then he started selling his hats to the crowd while I was on stage.
No fucking way.
Yeah, like right in front of me.
Like going through the crowd?
It was like a brewery show, so it wasn't like a club where obviously that wouldn't be tolerated.
Right.
But he
still, that's
just
nuts.
walked to the audience and started trying to sell his hats to the crowd while I was performing.
What did you do?
Well, I made fun of him, and then he got mad, and then I don't know. He's kind of a weird guy. I haven't seen him in years, and I'm not gonna say who it is. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So as you start getting on the road, like even like outside of your main city, how long do you think it took for you to start getting comfortable? Because you have like the few rooms that you do in your city, typically, whether they're open mics or they're actual shows, like you said, the brewery shows or at the Laughing Skull. Like you have these rooms that you're used to, but now you're in a whole new city, whole new state sometimes, and you're doing these new rooms. When did you start feeling comfortable with new rooms?
I would actually make the argument that sometimes the new rooms feel better because you can just go to your A shit and not think about, oh man, these people saw me do this last week or saw me do this a month ago, or I've done this bit however many times here. Now we're going to the playground, or we can take off the weight vest and play a game, So
that's a good way to look at it.
In a lot of ways, I think going out of town, you get to just do all your A shit, and then the comics in the other city are like, whoa, this guy's really good, and it's like, yeah, it's good stuff, but you still, like, I'm getting out of the sort of the factory of where all this shit comes from, where everyone has seen me make it, and then I'd get to go show it off in the new place.
That's funny you say it like that, because we've got a room here in town. My buddy AJ, that he books a show for that. It's a little, well, it's not little. It's like the most famous speakeasy in Albuquerque. Yeah. It's called Vernon's, and it's really fucking nice. It's all set up like 1920s Prohibition era stuff.
Nice.
And they have a room in there. They do stand up once a month, and he lets me go do that every now and again. And it got to a point where I was like he had asked me to do this I did it this past week, prepping my 20 minutes for this weekend. It was a few months ago he asked me to do it, and I was like, I've done it a couple of times in recent memory, and I'm noticing some familiar faces.
Sure.
I need to hold off.
Okay.
There needs to be at least a 4 to 5 month break.
There's a balance, Sometimes you just got to tune that stuff out. Like I don't have tons of like fans that come out to see me, not at this point, but sometimes that does happen. And I know that they've seen probably at least a third of the shit I'm about to say, and you got to just kind of tune that out. And folks know how stand-up works at this point. Obviously, this isn't the first time you're telling the jokes. Yeah. Some of the riffs, maybe. I think I said a couple things about New Mexico last night. But that's all like just making fun of the town that I'm in. It's not like the meat and potatoes of the set. But, if you're going to drive there to do the exact same 20, then maybe you hold off for a sec and try to.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely at the point right now where I have probably a total of 24 minutes right, that I'm like, I know I could bring all this to us like here and like do well.
24 means you're probably not lying either. You didn't round up,
Yeah, no.
That's a pretty exact number to think of.
I'm at about 24
Most people would say like 30 or 20. You're like, I have 22 minutes and 15 seconds.
Like I was telling you last night, dude, I don't fuck with crowd work. I don't really count it either.
Sure.
Like, I can't.
Well, I don't count it towards total time. Like, if anyone's telling people I got 30 and half it's crowd work, that's very funny.
Would that surprise you, though? Like with the way
if somebody said that,
yeah, if
no,
comedy's
because I
going-
know there's guys that think like that. I guess. I got 30, man. You just give me the mic, man. You just watch. I'll figure it out.
That's the same guy that goes, I mean, yeah, I don't know what happens. I just see red sometimes and I just start swinging. Okay,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Please stop.
No, I think you should be able to do crowd work, but it's not like necessary if you don't want if you don't want to, you know.
So you're in Atlanta, building your career, going on the road. I mean, and you've got some amazing credits under your belt. You've got the Netflix is a Joke Festival. You got Fallon.
Yeah.
I was going through your Instagram last night. What came first? Was it Fallon or Netflix? I can't remember right now.
The festival, I was in the one that was like 2 years ago.
Right.
So that was first.
How did that come your way?
That one was sort of it was just from the grind of being willing to go do a don't tell in Nashville. I think I got like maybe $100 for 2 shows through a comic, Brad Sativa, who hit me up. Great guy, funny guy, and so that's a 4-hour drive one way.
Yeah.
For $100, that's not a lot, but
No,
sometimes there's opportunity.
Yeah.
And I know he's a great comic. His shows are always awesome. So I'm like, yeah, let's do this and see what happens. And there was another guy there who had just happened to be booked on the same show named Rafe Williams out of St. Louis, and he's super funny as well. He runs a fest called the Flyover Festival in St. Louis.
Flyover Festival.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we talked after that show. It was a pretty cool setup. It was in a planetarium. They would change the ceiling. Every new comic would come out.
That's fucking
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. See, like you don't know these things. And you think so. If I had thought, $100, that's not worth my time, I would have missed out on this super cool setup. And
Well, I'm buddies with the Don't Tell producer here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run that by him because we have a sick planetarium here.
dude, they'll do them anywhere, man.
That's a great
I've done
idea.
don't tells in every possible place you could do them. You know, not every place, but anyway. I met Rafe, and he was like, yeah, let's talk about my fest, this and that. I got into the fest, and then they bring industry to Flyover Fest, and I got seen by the folks at Netflix Fest and then Moontower in Austin.
Nice.
So I ended up doing both of those. I guess this was like 2024, sounds right? 2023, 2024? I can't remember. But did both of those. I guess it would have been 2024 because that was 2 years ago. So Netflix Fest was sick. Got to do some cool shows. And then
Fuck yeah, that's sick. You're doing stand up next with a Netflix sign, dude.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's fucking sweet.
So and some of those too was because I was just kind of like I was already booked on a certain number of shows, but then I remember getting added to one in the Palladium, this outdoor space that was for like however many hundreds of people. This particular show they only had about 100 plus. That just happens sometimes. But they still had the massive Jumbotron, just, in case there were that many people. And I was just hanging out at the show. I didn't have anything else, and I knew the guy running the show. He's like, hey, you want to hop on this one? So 10 minutes later, I'm on this fucking Jumbotron.
That's
talking
sick.
to these people. Yeah, it was fun. So that was cool. And then Moontower Fest is sick. Austin, and got to see that city, and then made some contacts, got to talk to the Mothership folks this way, that way, got an audition there, got passed.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, thanks,
That's
man.
fucking sick.
Yeah, that club is awesome. I'm there all the time now, and that's when I started thinking about, maybe like what if I moved here? Because I think for a long time it was New York, LA, maybe Chicago, depending where your trajectory you're trying to go. Nashville, some people. But once I got past to the Mothership, I was like, maybe this is the right way to go then. And then
I mean, when it falls into place like that.
yeah, and
You know
then
what
they
I
have
mean?
so many other clubs. They got like 9 clubs in Austin.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Well,
So,
and I mean, people that watch the show and that know me personally, I mean, it's no surprise. Like I've been a fan of Rogan for fucking years and Kill Tony and all that, but like it is something different. Austin's also the city outside of Albuquerque that I've spent the most time in for stand up, like
Yeah.
for sure. But there is after the Rogan moved there and opened up the mothership and all that, there's a whole economy that moved to Austin.
Yeah.
First, like specifically for stand-up. And I don't know that you have that anywhere else where there's a whole economy, like jobs and brick and mortar showed up.
Look at that.
For stand-up.
Joe Rogan creating jobs.
It's fucking like imagine having that much power. First of all, that's insane, and that much influence and money, yada yada. But people can say what they fucking want about Austin, whatever. But the first time that I went to Austin, because I started doing the podcast before I started stand up, so I went out there, met Maverick McWilliams out there, and met Allison Voidovich, did podcasts with them, and kind of just hung out with some of my friends that were non-stand up related out there, and I caught a show at the Mothership. And at this point, I'm only like a year maybe into stand-up, maybe a year and some change. And I catch a show at the Mothership, and it was only locals. So I didn't know who any of these people were. Yeah. Not one dud. Yeah. Seriously. Like, not one bomb, not one even like, they were fine. Just,
this is like a one of the weekend showcases or whatever at Mothership? Or it was
maybe it was like a Wednesday
open mic or something. Yeah, so Wednesday would be showcase.
Yeah, it was like a Wednesday showcase in the Little Boy.
Yeah.
Who I remember on it was like Dylan Sullivan, Bianca Parado,
Dylan's fantastic.
Yeah, Ryer Cameraman was on it. I think Riley, who I've become friends with, Riley was on it.
Yeah.
And there's a few others. But yeah, just all back-to-back bangers. Like, well, if these guys are the fucking door guys here.
Yeah, man.
There's something special happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny people out there, you know. And I didn't want to move there without some chops. I wanted to...
Yeah.
Because I think that's a mistake, too. If you're going just to roll the dice and you've been doing stand-up again for like a year or something and you're trying to just get on Kill Tony or something like that. I mean, more power to you. I'm sure it's possible to pull that off and get your viral clip or whatever. But me personally, I've been doing this... The slow and steady route, so I wanted to have some chops and have something to back up when I arrive in a new city. So
I'm the exact same.
Just want to get all my ducks in a row before I changed locations, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like I'm real blessed. Like I've got a pretty solid job, and I want to be here for at least another year and a half to 2 years, just because I see a promotion coming my way once my boss retires and yada yada yada. And it's giving me a lot of leeway to go on the road a lot. So I want to take advantage as much as I can. And just the geographical location. I've got Denver 6 hours that way, Austin's that way, Arizona, LA that way. Yeah. So I like and then Utah and Vegas. But yeah, I don't want to go to a new city and not be like proficient.
Yeah, I think you want to figure out your methods and your patterns and your, just get somewhat good before you switch cities, you know? Because then how do you even know? If it wasn't working in the first city, how do you know it's going to work in the second city?
Exactly. And literally, like, I was fucking stressing heavy this week about last night.
Oh, nice.
Heavy.
Well, that's good. That's where you want to be. That means you give a shit.
Yeah, because I've done 20 minutes before. Yeah. I've done 17 to 21 before.
Sure.
But yes, come on in.
What's up, man?
It's Christian, everybody.
Hey guys.
For the pickup?
Yeah.
That's great. Do you want to shout out on the podcast?
Yeah.
Christian.
Okay.
It's 4 a.m. somewhere.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
You in your car to the airport or what?
Yeah. Because I gotta get an early one now. There were only two options. It was either super early or super late, and I'd rather just get there.
No, I agree. Anyway, but yeah, because I've done 20 minutes before, because we do like local shows here, obviously, and all that type of stuff where I've been able to do some longer sets. Yeah. Last night was my first time doing 20 minutes in a club. Mm-hmm. So I've been stressing the fuck out about that. Thank God last night went well. Thank God. Yeah. And that's when I'm like, okay, now I'm a lot more confident in what I have in my arsenal that I can just start building on over the next couple of years.
That's great. Oh, that's there he is. He can come in.
Hey, was that Lloyd?
Yeah.
Lloyd! You want to jump in on this?
Hi, how are you?
He put in an extra microphone in case
you want to jump in on this.
If I know, I would come earlier.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, he said we want Lloyd to show up in the middle of the podcast. We don't want him to start on time.
Yeah, let me adjust the camera real quick.
Cool. How you guys doing? Good, man.
Just doing a little chit-chatting.
Chit-chatting?
talking stand up.
Nice. I'm a fan.
What time do we have to cut it?
6:30.
Okay,
Like 6:20, 6:30 around there. You cool with that?
sure.
Can you trust me with water? I'll take one of those boss's waters.
Yes, let me move this.
Please and thank you.
There we go. You got it? There.
Amazing. You guys are awesome.
And let me just unmute Loy. All right, we're back. Loy Lee's here. What's up, buddy?
Hi guys, how are we?
He
Now
did
we got the whole show on the
did a
pod.
great job last night.
You did too. I was gonna say the same thing about you.
Yeah, it was, and that's funny. Thank you very much. But I was just talking about how last night was my first time doing 20 in a club, and now I'm like feeling a lot more comfortable with what I've got. We've talked about just like moving to a new city and like you don't want to go before you're shitty.
Yep.
Or when you are shitty and when you don't really have your you don't have all your tools in the tool belt.
Yep.
You know.
Albuquerque's dope because you could stick to local stuff, and they love that stuff.
Sure.
I will say though, the local stuff will only take you so far.
Yeah.
Well,
And
of
that's-
course.
and
That's why it's local stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't know that.
Got to write more of that regional stuff to
Yeah.
be able to branch out.
And then
you know?
statewide, and then time zone.
Well, not-
I have national jokes.
Because I don't have like a ton of Albuquerque stuff, but I definitely open with it, you know. But I've seen local guys that only do
Yeah, they're in
Albuquerque.
they're in every city.
Breaking Bad
Yeah.
and all that. It's like, oh, they don't give a fuck after like 2 minutes.
Yeah, because if you don't ever travel, you don't ever need to do outside material. Like you just stay here.
Right,
You
but
just-
some guys think like that too, and they're like, I'm just gonna be king of this neighborhood.
Yep.
You know?
The big fish in the small pond.
Right.
because they do one show out of town and don't realize that green chili jokes don't work.
Yeah.
And they go, I hate it here.
They don't even have chili in Milwaukee. I couldn't believe it.
Have you tried the green chili yet?
Yeah, I tried red yesterday and green today.
Fuck yeah. What
So
do you
I
think?
can make my vote.
And then later on tonight, mix them.
Oh, now I have to mix
Yeah,
it.
real shit. So it's called Christmas.
Oh,
It is
that makes
fucking-
sense.
it's
I saw
fucking
that on the
awesome.
menu, and I was like, why is it? But that red green, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
Welcome.
Well, this is fun because maybe I could do something with that because I'm red green colorblind. So maybe that would I could throw something in there about that.
So you're like a dog.
I don't give a shit is my answer. The fact that you guys care about your types of chili means you don't have a lot
It's
going
all
on out
we
here.
have.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
That's what I'm saying.
It is literally
You
all
guys
we
need
have.
more stuff. That's
Yeah,
the problem.
Everything cool that comes here either gets destroyed or leaves.
Yeah.
And now they're bringing 3 In-N-Out burgers at once.
Okay.
Next year?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah,
Yep.
like the middle of-
Again, this shouldn't be like national news in any other city.
It
you know?
is.
But to you guys, it's
it is literally like the talk of the state.
Right.
And
There's a
probably
countdown. There's
our-
countdown.
you're,
clocks.
you're talking like Ukraine getting invaded by Russia or something.
We're being invaded by
They're
In-N-Out Burger.
sending their National Guard from In-N-Out Burger.
They're gonna have to send, dude. So they're building one of the In-N-Outs. They're building in
One by the college.
It's close, yeah, the one by the college, and then, but they're building one off of fucking like Yale and Gibson, and
Yeah.
that's like a super ghetto part of town. It's down by the Air Force Base.
Local references.
They're gonna need the National Guard when that place opens up.
Yeah.
it is going to turn. It's already kind of war zone adjacent.
And they're like all
But-
of the fancy places, like the fanciest Applebee's is out there. The fanciest,
Nice.
And they all get fucked with.
because
They all get fucked with.
it's always outside the Air Force Base. Wherever there's a base, it's always fucked outside of it.
Have you been told about the war zone yet?
The war zone. I don't think so.
So there's a stretch of street. It's like it's like one of our main roads is Central, and so Central runs, and it's like from, I'd say like San Mateo
Yeah.
up to like Juan Tabo, which is probably 3.5 to 4 miles or so, right?
Yeah, of The
Maybe-
Walking Dead.
Maybe even 5 miles ish, 4.5, 5 miles of just straight up, The Walking Dead.
The guy's leaning over with the
Fuck yeah, the fentanyl is real. dude.
heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. And then like,
So how do we clean it up, guys? How do we fix it?
I just do
How many In-N-Out burgers is it going to take?
more.
Yeah.
more.
As the local Californian, more In-N-Out burgers.
All right.
And the LA in me says throw more money at it. It'll fix. Just throw more money at it.
We're literally turning into a small LA when it comes to the homeless issue. Like it's to the point where I'm like, are you guys pocketing this money? You have to be pocketing the money.
Yeah. I mean, LA makes sense. The homelessness in LA makes sense, right? The weather is amazing.
Yeah.
Here,
So at least
it
you want
is.
to be somewhere nice.
Yeah, here is brutal. Just walking to my car, I'm sweating. Yeah, out here it's 102 degrees, and everyone finds that normal.
Yeah, it's Well, I mean,
Maybe the vent takes the edge off. It's like air conditioning a little bit when it gets in
Shivering.
your
your
body feels
bloodstream.
cold.
Yeah,
Just become a lizard and just
a little
power
bit.
from the
You
sun.
might have to lizard it out a little bit. Yeah.
My non-comedic answer is bring back insane asylums. I think there's I think there's a real argument for that now.
Sure.
Where it's like how because I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm not a doctor, but like I just wonder how much of the homeless population are people that are genuinely like either through actions of their own or things out of their control, or what's more likely is a combination of both. You know, they just got a shit deal of cards and now they're on the streets. That fucking sucks. And how much of it just people that just got hooked on drugs, and they just like because it's the point because we're a super liberal state, right?
I like that this podcast started from the joy of stand-up comedy and how we got started. And now it's like we got to bring back insane asylum.
That's what happens when California shows up.
That's how most podcasts go. I think it turns into a political issue.
In
by
the
end of
N-word
thing.
in 5, 4.
Yeah, we'll take a commercial when we do that.
But yeah, it's a real fucking issue. Anyway, one thing I did want to ask you about on the stand-up.
That'd be a fun cut if I start talking about discovering George Carlin and then you cut to we got to
Bring back insane asylums.
These homeless, man, they're out of control. You know?
So you knock out Moontower and Netflix.
Yeah.
When does
so
Fallon, or do you have anything more to say about that?
Well, that's sort of what led to me moving to Austin, and then I guess the audition was before I moved. I had an audition. The Tonight Show guy had seen me at a couple of things, Moontower, some other places, but then there was an actual audition at Zany's, that place I was talking about in Nashville.
No shit.
Yeah.
Zany's Nashville.
It's great. Yeah, Zany's is awesome.
Did they tell you like, hey, this is going to be the audition for Fallon?
Yeah, that's what it's called, and they tell the audience.
I
that.
don't know this shit. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, it's a showcase, so like 10 people go on, and everybody does their set, and then it's up to the crowd has a good time one way or the other, but then the booker sitting in the back, he decides who's going to get on and whatever.
Is it just like would they only pick one person, or is it like a
No. He picks whoever he wants to pick.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know how many folks he chose off of that, but
Did you see a huge bump in your social media after?
no. But that's kind of the nature of the beast now. I mean, up a couple thousand, but in the scheme of things, that's not really a ton, But that's not a knock on Fallon. That's the nature of the game now. It's not Johnny Carson,
Yeah.
It's
I would
still
say
fucking sick,
going back to Kill Tony, which is why that's so popular. I think if you have a mega viral clip on there, I think that does more for your
Life-changing.
social media than like a Tonight Show or something like that. Now, having said that, I'm taking that Tonight Show credit to the grave. I'm proud to have done it. That's the pinnacle of what all of us are chasing. At least when you start out, that's what you're thinking. What if I could, what would it take to get on to something like that? So I thought it was super cool. And like I said, I'm not really super concerned with the social media stuff, so I don't worry about it.
Well, and you did well too. I think that should be noted as well. I saw your Tonight Show.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck that up.
Like you did well. You didn't bomb on the Tonight Show.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks,
You know what I mean? Like that's a great fucking thing to have.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. And it still means a ton to a ton of people, and I'm happy with that.
What was the time frame between audition to hey, we're picking you to you're in the green room getting ready to go up?
It was that was when was the audition? It was like we did the audition. I'd have to look back in my shit, but I guess it was because I saw him at Moontower that year. So this would have been last year, 2025, which would have been April. And then I did the Tonight Show in November. But for me, I was in kind of a different situation, again, with somebody who's not super well known. Like if fucking Jerry Seinfeld wants to go on the Tonight Show, everybody's tuning in, everybody wants to see that, everybody blah, 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 blah. But for me, somebody who's trying to kind of get some pop and get some notoriety via the Tonight Show, it's a little harder to plug that person in. You got to pick the right episode because they got to think about their ratings too. They got to have good celebs on. They got to have a show that people are going to tune in for because no one's tuning in to see me, you know. So there was a sort of just stay ready kind of thing. They're like, we don't know, but you're in. So it took, I guess, what's April to November? That's like 7 months, I guess. So it was just kind of keep the pot warm.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, don't quit.
Don't quit. That would have been very funny if I'd done that. But then the actual phone call, it was 1 week. They called me a week before I was going to be on. But you already know the set. Like I sent it in months ago, and you get to run it the night before in New York. And
where did you run it?
The Comedy Cellar.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah, you bounce around the rooms at the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and it's great. And he helps you with little tweaks and notes if needed. And
he meaning
the booker.
The booker.
He goes with you. Yeah,
Nice.
Michael Cox is his name. Yeah, he's a good dude. And shows you, the ropes of making that run. And then the next day you go into the 30 Rock, the studio. And then you have to run the set for just the camera crew when there's no audience there, which is kind of a funny thing. But again, if you've been grinding properly, that's not that big of a deal to do a show for.
It's just it is funny
8
though.
people. I will also give credit to the camera crew; they were really hamming it up, even though it was just them, Which I think they were probably turning it up to make me not feel weird, but I don't care. I'm not going to refuse the run through because it's a weird thing. It's the fucking Tonight Show,
Yeah, that's sick.
And they do it because the camera guy needs to know if you're going to do any weird moves or this or that. He needs to know where you're going to be positioned.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they do that. And then you just kind of sitting and waiting. The show goes by pretty quick. They do their celebrity guests, interviews. I got to meet Jimmy for a few minutes. That was cool. He was a nice guy. And then you're just hanging out in the back till it's time to go. And then run it. Don't fuck it up. They have cue cards in case you forget your shit, but you should know your shit.
Oh, they have with your set and shit.
Well, not word for word, but like right.
Like as if you're putting it in your
mailbox.
Notes. Right,
and you go, oh yeah, that's right, mailboxes, yeah. So, but it was cool. And then you're done, and then you walk back. And I will say this, because there's pictures where people are sitting on the couch with Jimmy, and because that used to be a thing with Johnny Carson.
They call if he likes
Get
you,
the couch.
he likes you, he calls you over to the couch.
You get the couch.
Well, I didn't sit on the couch. I shake his hand, and then I'm like escorted out of the building, which probably looks weird if you think that that's how the show is still working. They booked an extra celebrity on the show, or 2 segments, I should say. So Julius Randle did 2 segments, and then it was Mr. Robot, Rami Malek, and then Rachel Sennett. But then Julius Randle did 2 segments, which added the segment which I would have sat on the couch. So there wasn't time. There wasn't time for me to sit on the couch. I was supposed to sit on the couch, but there was a time issue. It wasn't that I did bad. Okay.
So this is definitely like not this conversation hasn't been, but this is the definition of insider baseball. When you're doing the rounds at the cellar,
Yeah.
does the host or anybody tell the audience, hey, this dude's about to be on the Tonight Show?
Yeah, they'll say he's about to be on the Tonight Show. Give it up. He's gonna run his 5.
No shit. That's cool.
Well, and they'll do that for celebrities when they're about to do a roast or something. So like when Nikki Glaze or Shane, somebody will go up, they're about to do a roast. They'll go, hey, this guy's going to run his roast jokes. Yeah, which you kind of want to, for a roast, you need to say that because they're just reading their roast jokes. They're not doing a set,
Right.
But yeah, if somebody's about to do a big taping, they'll say that to the crowd and get them hype, it makes it a little more exciting.
That's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
So you moved to Austin completely in September. Were there any major... because every city's different. Was there any adjustment period from what you were used to in Atlanta going to Austin, or was it a pretty smooth transition over? Considering also, of course, that when you get there, you've got the keys of the kingdom, sort of. You pass at the mothership.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't say I have the keys to the city or anything, but I'm happy with my
point.
Yeah. I'm happy with my my entry point. Right, that's a fair way to put it. And I actually think it's been a smoother transition because I'm just trying to do stand-up out there, and there's more stage time out there. So They got more clubs. They got more rooms. They got more this and that. That doesn't necessarily make it better or worse. It's only better in the sense that there's more places to get on stage, I would say.
Right.
And for me, that's exactly what I was looking for. So it's been great. The transportation is easier. I live closer to the Austin downtown than I did in Atlanta. You don't have to drive as much. I'm a big bird scooter guy now. But I try to do it in the shadows, you know, because it looks
With
gay.
a helmet.
Yeah. Right. Well, no, not with a helmet, because that would look gayer. You know?
My bad. I apologize. I
Yeah.
thought that was
No,
what Austin's all about right now.
No. I try to just go to a road that no one, you know, is going to be at, and then I'll get off and walk, you know.
What is an average week as far as like bouncing around between different clubs and comedy venues? What does an average week look like for you in Austin?
Probably, it kind of, I mean, as most cities, it picks up as the week goes on. So I could usually do like 2, sometimes 3 on a Monday, Tuesday. And then when you get into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I mean, some nights you can do like 5, 6 shows.
What spots do you go to?
Geez, the club list is crazy. It's like, again, not even counting Mothership. They got Creek in the Cave, Velveeta Room, Roscoe's, East Austin, Cap City, Black Rabbit. I'm there a lot.
Black Rabbit looks like it was a lot of fun.
Black Rabbit's sick, yeah. It's a little black box theater off the street. Go downstairs past a barber shop, and it's real intimate. Everybody's right in your face, and gets loud in there. It's a very cool space.
That's sick.
Yeah, and then tons of bar shows. They got a Don't Tell guy like every other city, so you could do some of those. You can really rack them up. Sunset Strip, I can't believe I forgot that one. I'm there all the time.
Shout out to Red Band.
Shout out to Red Band. Yeah,
It's a great club. I haven't done it,
No,
but I've
no,
been
no.
there a few times. It's a great club.
Yeah, he's been cool to me, and has put me on Secret Show a few times. And Christina's the booker there. She's great. Yeah, so I just named like 7. I'm probably blanking on some others club-wise. But like I said, there's bar shows. I go to this place called Maggie Mae's Speakeasy. If you want to get real wild, you go to Narbar.
Narbar's fun. I did a show there.
Yeah, when I was first going to Austin, I went there a decent amount. Shakespeare's, that's right next to Mothership. It's another kind of
That place is a
battle of a show.
fucking
with
madhouse for
yeah,
Kill
yeah.
Tony nights.
Well, now, because that's where all the comics wait. It didn't used to be like that. They used to wait at a different bar across the street. But anyway, so yeah, there's just a million places to get up. So, like I said, you can do, you know, I try to average, I guess, over the week, maybe like 3 or 4 a night.
Nice.
Like, 'cause some nights will be 2, some nights will be 6, some nights will be 4, some nights will be 3. God. It just depends. I've been called a spot demon by my friend Luke Tuma because he thinks I do too many spots.
That's beautiful.
Is there a
Next
number
time.
is too much? How much is too much?
Yeah. How much, Luke? How much is too much, man? Let's settle this
In
now.
the words of Kobe Bryant,
even
more.
you got these guys asking, questioning. You know.
More.
Well, I mean, I was last night before I was going to bed, I was like doing in my head the amount of time that I've done once this week is over. And it's definitely the most that I've ever done in this city.
Yeah.
Like between the mics and the actual shows. Shout out to Josh Fournier putting me on the show Wednesday night. Because that was an 18-minute spot there too.
I think
So
I
it's
think
fucking-
that's what convinced me to move there. I think I did like 5 sets on a Sunday,
Damn.
and then
There
I
ain't
was
shit
like,
here on a Sunday.
and then I was like, oh,
Literally.
there's like a lot of stage time here. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna move.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Coming from LA, you know, they have these $5 spots where you
Yeah.
pay the $5, but you're only stuck for, you're only stuck for the hour. So we do. I mean, you could start at 10 a.m. Are you getting good sets at 10 a.m.? No, but you get to work a lot of stuff out. So
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, and LA is pretty spread out too.
It's super
And
spread
From
out.
what I heard there, it's a little tougher to get, plugged in here, plugged in there. Not to say that it's not tough to get plugged in other clubs. I know Mothership's tough. It's a great club, but when I started out, people were telling me like, LA is kind of a place where you need to have some like TV credits a little bit to start getting your foot in the door.
there's just so many little scenes.
Yeah.
And like, okay, you do these ones. There's a little scene. You get to the top of it, and you're like, oh, I'm at the bottom of the scene.
Of the next ladder.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're also competing with like
So many people.
fucking A-list celebrities.
There's
and
that,
Sure.
but also models that their agent goes, you're not getting out for
Yeah.
acting. Why don't you just do some stand
Why
up?
don't you do some stand up? Pull the tits out. Get on stage. Yeah.
We have this ongoing joke about on a scale of 1 to 10 how hot you are. You just have to make up the difference in funny.
Oh,
so,
good.
So if you're a 7,
Oh, that's
you just,
good.
You just need to be 3 funny.
Yeah.
And a lot of
I
them.
gotta be like a 12 funny out there.
Yeah.
Shit.
So,
You got a ways to go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's LA. LA's crazy. It's spread out and disheveled and disconnected. Like
Now,
that's the big thing.
I'm only saying that because I didn't move there. Having said that, I do like LA. I just went there. I just did the Laugh Factory for the first time. That was a cool time. So we might
Sick.
be able to get more spots there. I'll do the potluck show at Store, of course. I've done the Belly Room a couple times for the Netflix Fest, and I did the main room once through my buddy Steve Fury. He's got a show out there. He was just on that Kevin Hart thing.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, Steve's great.
He's a funny
And he
fucking
put me
guy.
on that show. That was cool to do the main room. So yeah, they're great places out there. It just felt like it was going to be a little tougher to kind of. And I'm just never out there. Like I was at least going to Austin periodically for festivals or trips or whatever. I did Cap City, the Red Room, their small room. That was my first reason for being out there. That's their Helium affiliate. And then I stuck around for a few more days, got to know the scene a little bit. But LA, I'm just never out there. It's a cool place. I like the comics out there that I've met, but I'm just never there. So
and everything is so far. You go
it's very spread out.
One
Yeah.
set in the traffic.
So when I was running, I just taped for Don't Tell out there a few weeks ago, and I was running the set the night before, and I did a Don't Tell, and then I think I had to drive like 40 minutes to the next club to do a spot. A couple of the comics
And it's only
at the,
3 miles.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, the time in car is crazy, but how far are you actually traveling?
It's not far.
A couple of the comics at the Don't Tell were laughing when I told them where my next spot was. They're like, "You going where?" And I was like, "Hey man, it's another stage, you know." Now, would I do that all the time? No, I wanted to run the set again, but
And
that
that's
would
the
be a
thing.
pain in the ass if I was doing that every night. You know?
That's the thing. Like LA, you got to plan it, right? So I lived on the east. I lived on the west side, like Santa Monica.
Yeah.
You had to pay me a decent amount of money to get me outside of Santa Monica.
That's the great thing about Austin, man. A lot of it is all on 6th Street or close to it. So you just walk to all your spots. You know, it's very, even if you're doing a Roscoe's or a East Austin, they're only about a mile from downtown. You could,
dope.
you can bird scooter that in 10
Yeah,
minutes.
Roscoe's like barely off 6th Street, right?
Yeah, it's you go, it's like I said, like a mile off the downtown, and you just hop on a bird scooter, come right back. You know, you don't have to get on the subway, you don't have to drive in a million circles and all that. And then the rest of the stuff, you just walk. It's all on the same grid.
Do comics in Austin have like everyone kind of leaves and goes to the same place? Like there's like an order and it just droves in packs.
Not so much. Well, a lot of times you'll just pass like one another in on the street. I don't see a ton of people like in packs necessarily, but everybody's got different spot times, so it's not like everybody's always sticking together when you're all doing spots.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In Albuquerque, you know, I feel like we could have the potential because we have like Netflix has been here for a minute, and what was it? I think it was a year and a half ago. They invested an extra like $2.5 million into their production lots. So like we're having Netflix grow here. Universal just planted down here. So all of that's growing. Hyenas is here. Obviously Quesada's is here, and they're continuously growing. Literally just quarter over quarter. They're growing like crazy.
I have a conspiracy theory. I feel like Netflix is that property is just a tax write-off for them.
No, bro, those motherfuckers are working.
I drive by there fairly often. Because my buddy lives out there, so we're there, and there's like,
Oh, so you drive over by Isleta a lot?
yeah,
Damn, that sucks.
because like my buddy lives in that area.
Okay.
So, but
in the Mesa del Sol?
Yep.
Oh, fuck that.
and there is nothing going on. Coming from LA, where Warner Brothers or any of the studios, Paramount, there's always like a line getting in, right?
Oh,
There's
sure.
like
I see what you're saying.
I go by there all the time. There's 19 studios, 10, 15 studios over there, like lots, empty, 100% empty.
Yeah, now granted, I haven't been to the production lot in about a little under a year.
It's a conspiracy theory.
But because the company that I work for, we have the security contract for the production lot, so I would go there every now and again when I was being a recruiter.
And what did you see?
I saw people fucking working, dude. I saw like motherfuckers running around like crazy. Like I legit would not be able to walk into areas because they were filming or they're like setting up to shoot and whatever.
How long ago was that?
That was like May of last year.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm there weekly and I don't see. There's no
Damn.
there's no
Yeah.
traffic going to or from there.
There is not a lot of traffic. I agree. There was never a line to get in.
And if
But I was also going like in the middle of the day, so like I don't know.
and it's in a way, it's in a position where there's only one way in, one way out.
Yeah.
So if you
I
have to,
see what you're saying.
yeah,
I see what you're saying. But I will say I got to maybe like 2 years ago at this point, I got a nice little tour through the production lot, and some of the shit that they were putting together over there was like, I mean, I get it because like these projects have just these ballooning budgets. But like they were shooting, I think they were shooting Ransom Canyon or something like that, some TV show. And I got to walk through some of their sets, and they were building like saloons and like bars and all that. The amount of detail that went into these production sets was fucking. They like working bar taps. They
gotta get it right.
It was great, huh?
You got to get it right, or people are going to call you out. They'll be like, that's not how those doors used to swing in the 20s. You know?
But yeah, but my point is like we have a lot of stuff coming into town, and I just wish that the local government would get their shit together as far as like the amount of red tape that it goes into opening up a local business here, and the amount of money it goes into getting a liquor license and all that nonsense. Because we had a local club here for a while. It was called Dry Heat, and it was owned by a comedian. And she did her best to put it together, and just like you're describing with Black Rabbit, like this little black box when it first started out. That's really where it ended too. They had a little bit of a bigger space when they moved to the second location. But the owner, Sarah, she was telling me about just the fucking chutes and ladders they had to go through to even try to get a liquor license or get a smaller version of like where it's like beer and wine or just beer and all that type of stuff. And I feel like we could have the ability to have a workable comedy scene here. But I just don't know what it's going to take to get us to that point, truly.
Joe Rogan needs. Actually, Mark Maron just moved here.
No, he fucking did.
I'm pretty sure he's from here. So yeah, if he came and started promoting Albuquerque as a comedy scene.
Oh wait, Mark Maron.
Is that what he said? I thought he said that.
I thought you said Mark Norman. Or my ears fucked up.
Mark Maron.
I heard Mark Maron.
Oh, okay, my ears are just fucked up. Yeah, well, he bounces between Santa Fe and L.A.
Maybe he'll open a club.
That might be what it would take.
The Mark Maron club.
Mark Maron opening a fucking club. Because he reps New Mexico. I mean, not as much as he probably should, but every now and again he'll rep New Mexico.
Open up the fathership. You know.
The Angry Old Liberals Club.
Sure.
I'd play there.
Sure.
All the time.
Yeah, I'd play there. But, all right, 6:30.
Hell yeah, dude.
We got to start doing shit for the show. Thank you for making the time.
Appreciate it.
Hang out for the show and do the shit.
Thanks for having me.
You're very funny, dude.
I
Truly.
appreciate that.
I sat for about 20, 25-ish minutes of your set last night with my chick and my buddies that came through, and you're fucking hilarious, dog.
That's awesome,
This
man.
crowd loved you.
We had a good night last night. We'll keep it going tonight. It's gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
good. Yeah.
Where can everyone find you and support you on social media?
Just my Instagram or my website's nickmurphycomedy.com. Instagram's Nick10Murphy. That's pretty much it. Yeah, all my shit. It's out there.
Sick. Loy, where can people find you?
Loy Lee Comedy. LOYLEE Comedy on all the social medias.
Sick.
If you're there, I'm there.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you everyone for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.